Hello everyone and welcome to NEAT TV's live coverage of Nonnewaug Varsity Boys Basketball. Alongside Matt Parlato, I'm Peter Ventresca. And today on January 29th, 29 days into the new millennium, your Nonnewaug Chiefs 8-4 face off against the Wamogo Warriors, who are 5-7. Now the Chiefs played last night up at Northwestern, where they defeated the Highlanders 50-40, led by Scott Nolette with 15 points and Jeremy Greco with 11 points. Also in that game, Nonnewaug shot 9 for 12 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter to lead them away. And in that game, gaining their 8th victory this season, qualifying for the state tournament for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah, big game there for Nonnewaug last night. I thought they played real solid defense. Scott Nolette, Jeremy, really big games. Kind of a sloppy game to begin with, but we pulled out a 10-point win.
Definitely. Matt, now Scott, we touched on, had 15 points in that game. What were some of his major contributing factors?
Well, I think that, Scott's 15 was real big. Every time he got the ball, he took it to the hole nice and strong. And like for the first time all year, Scott really showed up and scored some points, so that was good. Good defense for both ends. Simon, a lot of rebounds. And I think they worked the ball around the floor nice and kind of got everybody involved.
So relatively pretty good free throw shooting down the stretch, 9 for 12 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they didn't let Northwest get a chance to get back in the game.
Alrighty. Well, today's matchup isn't the first between the Chiefs and the Warriors. The Chiefs played in Litchfield for the first game of the season and defeated the Warriors 65-57. Now that game was fast-paced. The Chiefs missed a lot of layups and weren't strong from the free throw line, but they really pushed the offense. What type of game do you expect to see tonight, Matt?
Well, like you said, Pete, that first game, kind of a little bit of a deceiving score there. Nonnewaug got a ton of opportunities. Should have been a 30-point win, but what I look for tonight is kind of the same kind of gameplay. Push the ball up the floor, make this Wamogo team run. But on the other hand, we're going to see if Wamogo has made some, changes to kind of counter the Nonnewaug attack.
Yeah, now this game today you're watching is a makeup from Monday when we had a snow day here at school. That's why it's the odd time at 4:30. So let's get you up to date on some of the action the Chiefs had this past weekend. Their record was 1-1. They lost to Thomaston and defeated Lewis Mills. Now in that Thomaston game, they lost in triple overtime by 1 point, 66-65. Nonnewaug could not execute down the stretch in regulation, first overtime, second overtime, and eventually in the third overtime. With 38 seconds left, Russell Stutzky got called for the double dribble, and they went on to lose that game. Now let's talk about execution for the Chiefs down the stretch, Matt.
Well, that's kind of been one of the weak points for them this year. A lot of times we have the ball, 30 seconds left, playing for the last shot, and not once this year have I seen us actually convert on that. That's something we definitely have to work on. We play a lot of close games. That's the kind of ball we play, and we're going to have to capitalize on that down the stretch if we're going to be successful. Not only Russell's double dribble, but I heard that there were a lot of things that had a chance in each of the overtimes, plus the regulation to win the game at the end. And it wasn't just that. So a lot of things, a lot of poor play towards the end of the game for Nonnewaug.
Basically what happened in those games, each time at the end of the game, Nonnewaug got the rebound with about 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go, a tie score. They brought it up the court. Then they went into their triangle offense, which is the delay offense, till about maybe 20 seconds left in the game. Then they called a timeout. They regrouped, came back on the court, and really from 20 seconds to when the buzzer hit, their offense wasn't fluid and they just couldn't execute.
Yeah, I can understand it. If you got one shot at it, you don't make it. But 4 chances, regulation, overtime, second overtime, and triple overtime, you got to convert on at least one of the 4, and that was a game Nonnewaug should have won.
Yeah, they got burned, and that's going to hurt them in the standings. As Thomaston, a team that many people in the BL think might not be that strong, is right up there with Nonnewaug. Quick notes from that game: Jeremy Greco had 18 points, Kyle McInerney with 16 points. Basically, the strategy was good, execution was poor. Now, the win against Lewis Mills Saturday night, Nonnewaug took care of him, winning by 15. Russell Stutzky did not start. He was sick with an illness, and that affected his play. Jeremy Greco came up big. He scored the first 14 points for the Chiefs in the game.
Yeah, Jeremy really got him jump-started that game. Looked like they might be a little flat, but Jerry really carried him on their back until everybody else kind of got involved.
Right, Scott Nolette also didn't start, but coming off the bench strong in that game was sophomore Trevor Chatfield. He made one play where he tipped the ball, saved it out of bounds, got it over to Jeremy. Talk about Trevor's play in that game off the bench.
Well, Trevor did a great job in that game, but in general, the Nonnewaug bench, I think, has really done a solid job this year. Trevor, Sean, Greg Ott, all the other guys that come off the bench, Leon especially, done a really good job playing their roles, and I think Nonnewaug's playing together as a team real great.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we don't want to take anything away from Lewis Mills, but they looked pretty poor on Saturday night. However, they were without their #1 scorer, Tim Russell, a senior, averaging 25 points per game, #1 in the Berkshire League. He was on the bench, I saw, with a injured finger, and that was going to affect him down the stretch.
Yeah, Tim Russell, you could tell, is really their whole team, and that's why he's averaging 29 points a game. Lewis Mills did not impress me at all. Really, without him, it wasn't a contest for the Chiefs.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty, the Chiefs in their last 5 games have a record of 4-1. Their only loss, that triple overtime thriller up at Thomaston. After today, the Chiefs will have 3 of their next 5 games at home here at the gym. So, you know, they've been on the road the past couple weeks, and you really haven't seen our broadcast on ETV, but folks, stay with us, and you'll be able to see a lot of Chief games broadcast to you live on ETV. Once again, this is the ETV pregame show here at a rare time, 4:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday. A little college atmosphere. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of crowd comes out. Kids maybe not know about the 4:30 start.
Yeah, I hope we do get a nice crowd at the gym. As I look around, it seems to be filling in pretty nicely, and as long as we get a good crowd here, somebody to just get behind our Chiefs a little bit, make sure they don't come out flat, I think we'll be okay.
Definitely. Now talking about the Berkshire League, a little mix-up. Thomaston defeated Housatonic last night, handing them their 2nd loss of the season. So let's run through the Berkshire League standings for you. Housatonic and Gilbert top the league with a record of 10-2 each. Then Litchfield in 3rd place, 9-3. Nonnewaug losing to Litchfield in a game where the Chiefs really played poor. Got blown out by 15. Then Nonnewaug in 4th place, tied with Thomaston with a record of 8-4. And then Northwestern, who Nonnewaug beat last night, in 5th place with a record of 7-5. So that's the BL for you, Matt. We have seen Housatonic and Gilbert, both 2 teams top the Berkshire League, and both teams that Nonnewaug can beat.
Yeah, Nonnewaug can really beat anybody in the league this year, and it just depends on if they come to play or not. And let's just hope they come to play tonight. Last night was a big win, I thought, against Northwest. It looks like the Chiefs looked like they were like a veteran team for once, and you know, they didn't have the great stuff, but they did what they needed to win, and they did what they needed to win, and let's hope they can do that tonight.
Definitely. Alrighty, we're going to wrap up the ETV pregame show with the keys to victory for the Nonnewaug Chiefs. Firstly, we touched on earlier, they have to execute better down the stretch of games, Matt.
Well, yeah, like we saw in the Thomaston game, Pete, you know, and even last night, let them Northwest right back in after halftime, but then they kind of closed the door, and I think that's what we have to do today. We were really good at getting off to a fast start. We like to play teams right up front, get them behind, but it's just a factor if we can keep them out of the game or not. Put the nail in the coffin. Second
key to victory, Matt, they're going to have to continue their aggressive defensive play in a half-court set, the 2-3 zone, and then a press, the 2-2-1. Been quite effective so far this season.
Well, Pete, it's a known fact. Defense wins championships, Pete, and I've really been impressed with Nonnewaug's defense this year. Against Gilbert anyway, they slowed the Gilbert team down, and with a big mismatch, even against Housatonic, the defense really played strong like it did last night also. So defense key for tonight's game. Keep Northwest off the glass, keep them out of the hoop.
Alrighty, Matt, and the final key to victory for the Chiefs that Matt and I feel are very important, they've got to get the ball in the hands of the playmakers, a.k.a. Scott Nallette, Jeremy Greco, Russ Stutzky. Those guys have really got to get the ball in their hand and make some big plays.
Yeah, those 3 guys are the nucleus for the Nonnewaug offense, Scott, Jaron, Russ. And I think we've seen, you know, some come some night and some come another night. But I think in this race for the championship here, Nonnewaug just in it, only 2 games behind the leaders. We got to get all those 3 guys hitting on cylinders, especially in these last couple of games.
Alrighty, alongside Matt Pilato, I'm Peter Ventresca. Thank you for joining us on the ETV pregame show here at ETV's live coverage of Nonnewaug Varsity Boys Basketball. So, and it's Saturday afternoon before the Super Bowl tomorrow. The Chiefs host the Wamogo Warriors. Chiefs 8-4, qualifying for the state tournament last night with a win versus Northwestern, going up against a Wamogo team 5-7, a team in a game that they should win tonight. Thanks again for joining us on the ETV pregame show. Matt, as always, is going to go do the starting lineups here in the gym. We'll be with you in a short sec. sung by 3 Nonnewaug students, James McCurdy, Monique Martin, and Jamie Wadowitz. Job here at the gym as we have a pretty nice crowd on hand, more students filing in as the pregame moves along. Jeremy Margaitis, number 11. Number 12, Brendan Goodhouse, a senior. Lance Weiser, a junior, number 14. Mark McGarry, freshman, number 41. And junior, number 45, Jeff Keith. Russell Stutzky. Jeremy Greco, Jr. Scott Nillette, number 15. Simon Hunt, number 30. There's Kyle McEnany, the K-Train. Oh, Matt, an outstanding job today. I think his best of the year. There's a lot of energy in the gym. The Chiefs just qualifying for the state tournament, first time in 3 years. We're gonna look for the Chiefs to come out strong as you see Matt walking back to the booth to bring it to you live. One correction on Matt's starting lineups. Jeremy Margaitis for Wamogo is number 11 today. He's wearing jersey number 11. Coaches for today's game: Greg Hunt is the head coach of Wamogo, assistant coach Jason Harlow, and Kurt Perrin. For the Chiefs, head coach Tim Drakely, Ken Sperry, and Mike Capalbo. Matt, I was commenting on, I felt you did the best job all season on that starting lineups. You had a lot of enthusiasm. As McGarry and McEnany set to jump it up. The tip won by Kyle McEnany, who earlier this week was dunking in the gym for intramural basketball. So Wamogo opens up in a man-to-man. As Matt, I was commenting before, more people expected in the gym than we had originally thought. A lot of people filing in.
Yeah, well, Pete, put the wins together and good things are going to happen for you. Nonnewaug bringing out the fans themselves.
Simon Hunt throws that ball out of bounds. Here's Wamogo's first crack at it on the offensive end. And there's that strong press we talked about in the pregame, Matt, working right off the bat.
Well, Nonnewaug not changing a thing from the first time they played Wamogo. The Warriors couldn't handle it then, and we're going to find out if they can handle it tonight. Kyle McEnany out of the paint, Pete, guarding the ball up top. Nonnewaug opens in the man-to-man defense.
Scott Nolette down low with Lance Weiser. Scott with a new trim out there. Shaved the beard a little bit, got a haircut. As we're just underway, 7:10 to go, you're watching NETV's live coverage of Nonnewaug Varsity Boys Basketball in a midday afternoon matchup between the Chiefs and the Warriors. There's Russ Stutzky with a pass a little too hot to handle for Kyle McEnany. Nonnewaug's second turnover of the game.
Yep, turnovers changed what should have been a 30-point lead, Pete, to what, an 8-point lead last time we played him. And as long as we don't beat ourselves, Pete, hopefully Nonnewaug can move to 9-4 after today.
That would put him in great position in the Berkshire League, Matt. There's Margaitis driving in, rebounded by Jeremy Greco. Here come the Chiefs looking to get on the board first. Stutzky's gonna stop and pop, and that's a nice stroke you like to see from Russ.
Yeah, Russ taking it in there, you know, he could have pulled up for 3, but he realized the defense was playing off him a little bit, moved in 5 feet, got him a better percentage shot. Good Nonnewaug press, Pete. Looking to trap right after half court. Wamogo's just dribbling right into it.
Jeremy Greco and Simon Hunt battling for that rebound, causing the third turnover of the game for the Chiefs.
Good job by Scott Nolette. There's 2 ways you could box out, Pete. One is to box out towards half court, push the person away from the basket. Or if you can, you could kind of get him trapped underneath the hoop. And that's what happened right there. Scott forced his man underneath the hoop, had no chance at that rebound.
There's a backdoor feed to Simon Hunt, who puts it up strong, no good. Rebounded by Jeff Keith.
Good job by Simon there. Had good position down low. A little bit of a double team, but he went up strong. Could have been a foul, but nice aggressiveness by Simon.
Down low, Brendan Goodhouse putting a move on Hunt. The bucket and the foul. Hunt's first foul of the game.
Pretty good crowd on hand, Pete, like we were talking about.
Goodhouse misses the free throw, and we're still tied at 2 with 5:30 to go, first quarter.
Same spot. Same spot, Stutzky. Exploiting that hole in the defense there. Wamogo refusing not to come up and play on him, scared he's going to burn them, so he's just hitting jumpers in their face.
Kyle McEnany with some feverish defense on Jeremy Margaitis. Nonnewaug's in that man-to-man.
Well, Pete, give credit where credit's due. I think you would even agree. Russ has really, you know, got people to notice that he is a pure shooter. Can really shoot the ball.
Jeremy Margaitis with that last bucket. They're going to start the offense back with Russ Stutzky up top. Jeremy Greco in the lane. Nice feed by Scott Nolette.
Good pass by Scott. They're going to find out that they have that a lot more today than they probably thought. In the 2-3 zone, there's certain points where if you can get a man cutting, you can hit him with a pass. It has to be a good pass, and it has to be right at the right time. But Scott executed it right there.
There's Nonnewaug's 2-2-1 press working effectively, causing the turnover. Wamogo's first of the day. Already in this game, I see that Simon Hunt is coming out with a lot of aggressive play, something that he hasn't shown us most of the year, Matt.
Oh, right, well, that's good. I mean, the more people that contribute, the better. Simon really known for, you know, being a tough guy, tough defense, tough rebounding. contribute to the scoring end would be only a plus for the Chiefs. He's a role player.
Rebound brought down by Kyle McEnany with 3:35 to go. The Chiefs holding on to that 6-4 lead in the first quarter. Greco and Hunt trying to work a pick and roll.
Well, Nonnewaug, Coach Strictly not liking that at all. I don't like it either. Kind of a perimeter offense right there. I saw last night in the game versus Northwest that the Chiefs really started to let Northwest back in the game a little bit when they started to go to that perimeter offense. And then they kind of put him away by getting penetration into the paint. And I think that that's what they got to do here early to stretch a lead for themselves.
Yeah. Early free throws. Wamogo 0 for 1. Nonnewaug hasn't attempted yet. Russ Stutzky with 4 points. Jeremy Greco with 2 points. Brendan Goodhouse with 2 points. Also Jeremy Margaitis for Wamogo with 2 points. The score is 6-4 as the teams come back out onto the court here in the first quarter. Sean Krasinski into the game for the Chiefs, who started last night in favor of Scott Nillette. In for Wamogo, number 50, Mike McGarry. Must be Mark McGarry's older brother. Jeremy Greco with the post up down low, kicking it back out to Sean Krasinski.
Someone's got to help him.
Oh, nice. Nice look by Krasinski. Thought Scott might have dunked that ball, but the two-handed power layup nonetheless.
Good steal by Jared.
Drakely yelling patience as the Chiefs hold on to an 8-4 lead.
Said I like Kyle with the ball at the high post because that gets him Greco on the baseline, Russ and Scott on each wing. It's really like a power offense there for the Chiefs.
Foul called on number 45, Jeff Keith, with the reach in on Kyle McEnany.
Greg Hunt, the coach for Wamogo, is going to take a 20-second timeout, Pete. He coaches the Bethlehem Plowboys, and known for quite the temper, quite the enthusiastic coach, and look for him to be up and off that bench, side to side all night.
Also, he coaches that college team, the Torrington Twisters, that play up at Fushnick Park in Torrington, Connecticut. Greg Hunt lives in Bethlehem, but he's known all around Litchfield County for his great coaching ability.
Yeah, really a sports enthusiast, especially with baseball, coaching the Wamogo team here. Great guy to know. I know him personally. Coached Little League when I played in Little League. So,
Matt, speaking of baseball, why don't you talk about the the umpire situation at Bethlehem Little League?
Well, yeah, on the Neat TV channel, there's a little kind of screen that comes up. Umpires are needed for Bethlehem baseball. The numbers on the screen, I don't have it offhand, but there's a list of the guys you can get in touch with. And, you know, you don't need to know that. You need to know a little bit about baseball, and I'm not sure if you need to be certified or not. I know we have a couple guys that are doing it so far, but they need some more help. So just watch Neat TV, Channel 17, pick up the number, give the guys a call who are in charge. I know that I did it for fall ball last year. It was a fun experience. So that's umpires for Bethlehem baseball.
Yeah, basically what we want to let the students know that, you know, girls or guys in high school, you want to make a little extra cash, you like baseball, come down to the Bethlehem Little League field and become an umpire.
That's it.
So basically watch Neat TV for the scrolling information, but we just want to let the people at home know live on the air. 1:52 to go, Nonnewaug and Wamogo. Nonnewaug with an 8-6 lead after Jeremy Margaitis spins in the lane for his 4th point of the night.
Good call by the ref. Could have gone either way, could have been a block or a charge. Wamogo didn't quite get 2 feet down and get position, and Kyle took it strong to the hoop, drew the foul.
Greg Sage, number 4 for Wamogo, checking in after the timeout. McEnany off on the free throw as Leon Martin checks into the game for the Chiefs, replacing Russ Stutzky. Kyle misses a second, but rebounded by Leon.
Got to make those free throws, and especially got to make the 1 foot easy putback.
Oh, Jeremy Margaitis spinning in the lane, but blocked by Leon Martin. Here's Brendan Goodhouse. Ball slapped away by Scott Millette. Low scoring first period, 8-6 the Chiefs.
Wamogo really not in sync at all here. Just kind of throwing up random shots. Really have no offense going. Nonnewaug's going to look to stretch this lead. Wamogo not ready to play yet.
Yeah, that last shot put up by number 14, Lance Weiser. Kyle McEnany putting it on the floor. Stopped by the strong defense of number 51. .35 seconds to go. Almost thrown out of bounds by Jeremy Greco.
Yeah, Greco looking for McEnany down low. It's really a touch pass, Pete. Jer had a little too much on it.
Nonnewaug working the perimeter. Nice head fake by Greco. Drives in, gets the bounce, and he'll go to the line to shoot one with 27.1 seconds left. You see a shot at Jer there.
Could hear Mr. Greco, Jer's dad, with the and one call from across the gym in the bleachers. Mr. Greco along with Mr. McEnany, Mr. Villanova, Mr. Stutzky. Really traveled to the away games. Great fans. Maybe we could find some of them in the stands, get a nice shot of them. I don't know though. Maybe at the end of the first quarter.
Here's Jeremy flying down the court, lays it up and in. As Nonnewaug ends this first period strong, Wamogo's gonna have to force up a shot, no good. And at the end of one, Nonnewaug 13, Wamogo 6. Turnovers in the first period, Nonnewaug with 3, Wamogo also with 3. Jeremy Margaitis 4 points, Brendan Goodhouse 2 points. Goodhouse 0 for 1 at the free throw line with 1 rebound, and Jeff Keith with 1 rebound for Wamogo. Now Nonnewaug stats with Matt Parlato.
Jeremy Greco leading the way with, let me turn my mic up a little bit, Pete. Jeremy Greco leading the way with 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Jared really coming out to play today. Scott Millette with 2 points. And I'm looking for Russell on here. I'm pretty sure he has 2 of his own. Russ, yeah, 2 points. So
no, Russell with 4 points.
4 points, Peter. Sorry.
2 jumpers. Basically, how do you feel the first period went for the Chiefs?
Well, I thought the last 30 seconds went real well. Nonnewaug really playing some intense defense. And 5-point lead, make it a 8-point lead, 7-point lead. And I think they got to play like they did the last minute of that quarter, kind of intense, take the ball at them, and open up this lead. Wamogo not here to play today.
Already back onto the court come the Chiefs. Sean Krasinski, Jeremy Greco, Leon Martin, Kyle McEnany, and Scott Millette. For Wamogo, Weiser, Goodhouse, Sage, Margaitis, and number 51, who we don't have in the book. Sean Krasinski with a strong move to the lane, lost the ball.
Good job by Kyle. Scrambling for the loose ball. An injured Warrior on the floor.
Number 51, Ekval. The player that we did not know who what his name was.
He either got poked in the eye or punched in the head. Maybe a little elbow.
Yeah, you see the Nonnewaug trainer attending him, along with his coach, Greg Hunt. Looks like she is...
Something with the head.
Yeah, his forehead. Head injury. Ben Levy, statistician, along with Matt Purcell, handed us an interesting note. This player, Ekval, got poked in the eye during the JV game also. So he hasn't had the best day.
Better not go ice fishing, Pete. He might fall in.
7:11 to go, second quarter. Nonnewaug with that 7-point lead, 13-6, as Ekval gets off the court to a nice ovation. Into the game for Ekval, Jeff Keith.
Travel. Nonnewaug press really effective today. You figure Wamogo would have tried to figure out a way to beat the press, but really looking worse against it today than they did when we played them up there.
Into the game for the Chiefs, Russ Stutzky replacing Jeremy Greco. You see Sean Krasinski there with the inbound. Gets it to Russ Stutzky, who has been bothered by an illness this past week. I guess affected his play a little bit against, obviously, Lewis Mills. Last night, Russ had 9 points in a game versus Northwestern, which was, I thought, was a must-win game for the Chiefs because they would either be 7-5 with a loss or 8-4 with that win. So it really, it was a turning point in the season, I feel.
Right there is an absolutely horrible offensive set by Nonnewaug, really running the perimeter offense, which they cannot play. And I don't know how much I can stress that. They can't play that kind of basketball. Every time they go to that, they turn the ball over, whether they're playing for the last shot or something in a quarter. And really, you got to play with what you have. And Nonnewaug's got a quick team, aggressive team who could take the ball to the hoop, and that's the way they have to play. And really, I'm not lying to you, folks. Cannot play that perimeter offense.
Yeah, Nonnewaug and Wamogo both with 5 turnovers. So we have some sloppy play here in the second quarter.
Right there is a perfect example of what they have to do. Get the ball inside to Leon. Let Scott, Russ, Jer, Simon penetrate, but take the ball to the hoop. They can't play any other way.
Wamogo breaks the 2-2-1 as Nonnewaug holds on to a 9-point lead, 15-6. Good house in the corner, rims around, rebounded by Martin. Scott Nolette calling for the ball. Ball fake drive into the hole. Call for the offensive foul.
Tough call there on Scott.
Maybe a stop and pop would have been a little more effective.
A little more effective. Try to take it all the way to the hoop. Maybe should have settled for that little 8-foot jumper.
Tell you, for all the teams out there who are watching this Nonnewaug team, who are going to face them either in the rest of the Berkshire League season or in the state tournament. Oh, wait a second. No teams are watching. But what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to get a good ball handler because this 2-2-1 press by the Chiefs is really effective. I mean, their pressure on the inbounds and then, at midcourt is tough for any team to beat.
Yeah, you're going to need somebody who can really steer the offense and lead them through that press, whether it's passing, which would probably be the most effective way. But even the 2-2-1 press might be tough to dribble through, but Wamogo really, nobody taking charge, nobody calling the shots out there, telling them what to do. So really looking ugly against the press. That was a 3-pointer by Simon in the corner. 2-pointer? Gave it a 2.
Another turnover for Wamogo. Russ Stutzky going to be off the mark, but that shot looked good from the release, Matt.
Yeah, well, he hit 2 in a row from there. That one a little bit closer. But when you got the hot hand, keep taking shots.
Jeremy Margaitis with a strong move, reminiscent of his older brother, Brian Margaitis, who graduated last year. So the Margaitis family producing some strong basketball players in the Wamogo program. That was Margaitis' 6th point of the night.
Good strong move by Simon there. Taking the ball to the hoop.
Some substitutes into the game for the Chiefs. Trevor Chatfield, Jeremy Greco, and Kyle McEnany, giving Scott Nillette, Leon Martin, and Sean Krasinski a rest on the bench. Into McEnany, who puts it up strong.
And it's tough to Scott. It's tough to stop anybody, but especially Kyle, who's got great hops on that layup. Tough to stop that shot.
Greg Sage wielding and dealing. Down low, 19-12, the Chiefs lead it. Here on NETV's live coverage of Nonnewaug Varsity Boys Basketball. There's Trevor Chatfield dishing it out to Jeremy Greco. Off the mark, but rebounded by Chatfield. Here's Rustutsky strong to the hole. Jump stop, gets it to rattle in for his 6th point of the night.
That little jump stop there, that was the only move that was going to give Russ some time and some space to take that shot. Good move by Stutsky.
Lance Weiser with the bucket and the foul. Drakely's not too happy. He's going to call a timeout before Weiser has to go to the line to shoot one.
Referee says the basket was good. Little contemplation about if that was going to be an and one or not. It is.
3:08 to go here. 2nd quarter, Nonnewaug with that 21-14 lead at the gym.
See if we can get a shot of Mr. McEnany up there in the top row of the bleachers. That's his patent spot.
Yep. Mr. McEnany up there.
See if we can get a zoom-in shot of him after this free throw. Maybe not. There he is.
There he is. As always, same spot. Big fan.
I like to give the parents a little coverage.
And there's his son down low, Kyle. 21-15, Chiefs on top.
Good shot. Good shot. I mean, we worked hard to get open for that shot.
Nonnewaug, 2nd offensive rebound, this trip down the floor. And there's McEnany, strong, but no good.
2 shots, not falling there for Nonnewaug. Would have been nice to open that up to an 8-point lead. But Chiefs' really objective here is to try to get the lead. Nice pass there.
5 straight by Lance
Goodhouse.
Weiser off the feed from Goodhouse. And into the game for the Warriors, Matt McNichol.
Well, like I was saying, it'd be nice for the Chiefs to get this to a 10-point lead. Good move by Hunt there. Missed the easy layup. Get this to a 10-point lead by halftime. They're up 4 right now. That's something to shoot for.
There's Goodhouse putting it on the floor. Floating into the lane. No good, rebounded by Greco. Quickly up to Stutsky. Chiefs need a bucket. Here's Kyle McEnany. Rattles around and home. Kyle's like a freight train. Going full speed to the hoop. And see, anytime Nonnewaug can score a bucket, they're able to get into their 2-2-1 press. And that is really what sparks their fast break offense.
Yep. Nonnewaug, very quick team. Play at their best when they're running.
And down the stretch of this game, Nonnewaug's got to look to shut down Jeremy Margaitis, who's getting open for three-pointers, taking it to the hole, getting fouled here. Definitely the strongest player on the court for the Warriors. Wamogo 1 for 2 from the free throw line in the first half. Nonnewaug also 1 for 2.
Nice stroke there by Jeremy.
23-18 here in the gym as Leon Martin and Scott Millette replace Russ Stutzky and Simon Hunt with 1:20 to go, second quarter.
Seems like every time, Pete, I say somebody has a nice rhythm from the foul line, they miss the next shot. So maybe I should keep saying that about Wamogo players.
Yeah, Nonnewaug could use it today.
Pete, if you think back about that Thomaston game, you put a W there. The Chiefs are sitting at 9-3 right now. One game out of first place, tied at third place with Litchfield. I mean, every game counts for the season. And let's just hope that triple overtime loss doesn't hurt them in the long run. Certainly not going to help them, but maybe they could do something to
Another
nullify that.
Point there, Matt. A 1-point loss.
Yeah.
1 point. But you know, you can't look in the past. I mean, of course you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. Nice shot by Lance Weiser off the Margaitis miss. Nonnewaug with a 25-20 lead with 18 seconds to go, first half. And here is, like we talked about, execution down the stretch. 10 seconds to go, and Nonnewaug has not gotten into their offense, not being able to execute.
Yeah. Well, 4 seconds. And they're not going to get a shot again. They are, if I had to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 on last shot, it would have to be a 1, and I give them 1 point just because they happen to have 5 men on the floor at that time. And I mean, absolutely horrible at playing for the last shot. And as we see Nonnewaug play so many close games, that's an opportunity they could pick up 3 or 4 points, which really makes a difference at the end of the game.
All right, as you see the teams file off the floor, the halftime score, the Chiefs 25, the Warriors 20 here at the gym. As we're probably going to take a look at the cheerleaders coming on. Originally, they were supposed to have participate in a contest today, but they had to back out. So let's see what they got here on the halftime show.
Of course, the coach, cheerleaders, Mr. Jardins, giving birth to a baby girl early Friday morning. So, hope she's doing well and the baby's doing well.
Hey, don't put it on us, because then he's going to think like go to us.
Head.
So take a look at the cheerleaders. All right, as we wait for the cheerleaders to get going.
Cheerleaders are going to do that thing.
Some technical difficulty with the audio, but here they go.
Well, they were going to go. Volume turned just a tad bit up.
some confusion on the court right now, Matt. Brutal to watch.
Maybe the cheerleaders don't know, but they are on candid camera. Cheerleading is a real funny sport, Pete. Hours of practice go into about 30 seconds of work.
Yeah.
And that's one of the few occasions that actually happens.
Yep, so you don't have that much time to shine in the big spotlight. Alrighty, let's run through the first half statistics first for the visiting Wamogo Warriors, who are down by 5 here. Greg Sage with 2 points. Jeremy Margaitis leading the way for the Warriors with 7 points and 1 rebound. Brendan Goodhouse 2 points and 1 rebound. Lance Weiser also with 7 points and 4 rebounds. And Jeff Keith with 2 points and 1 rebound. Matt, for the Chiefs?
Leading the way for Nonnewaug, Jeremy Greco with 9 points. Scott Nollet's got a basket. Russ with 6 points. Simon with 2. Kyle with 4. Leon with 2. I think the most important thing is Jeremy Greco working on a double-double. 9 points, 7 rebounds. 7 rebounds, the key for Jeremy.
Yeah. So we talked about some of the keys to victory. Already you can see that Nonnewaug's getting the ball and some of the playmakers in the first half. The statistics tell the story there. Some other statistics, Nonnewaug and Wamogo in the turnover department. Wamogo with 6, Nonnewaug with 4. From the line, Nonnewaug was 1 for 2, Wamogo 2 for 4. So not much fouls, not that many fouls in the first half. But you know, team's doing an okay job at the free throw line. What else sticks out to at you in the first half, Matt?
Well, I think the defense for the Chiefs really playing well right now. Wamogo has not been given a lot of open looks. Kind of, you know, a little not looking too sharp there on offense. So Nonnewaug's defense really playing solid. Just got to get the offense clicking a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing we talked about, execution down the stretch. You saw there at the end of the first half, Jeremy Greco being called for the traveling violation. Basically, with 20 seconds to go, the Chiefs were moseying out up the court. Didn't really get set in an offensive position, and they did a poor job down the stretch again.
No, that's something that they're going to have to work on in practice. Coach Strakely should be setting the clock in practice to 20 seconds and then letting him run that offense over and over again. Practice against the JV team. Hoopy is undefeated this year at 12-0 or 13-0. And, you know, really practice that last second stuff, because maybe in the Berkshire League games, it might not be that big against the weaker teams, but when you start to play better teams, Housatonic, Gilbert, right, you know, this could wind up as a close game against Wamogo. You really need to be able to execute in a key spot like that.
Definitely. Matt, that JV team, as you talked about, 12-0, winning today against Wamogo by an easy victory. Let's take a look at the schedule down the stretch for the Chiefs. After today, they go on the road at Gilbert Tuesday, which is in a huge game. Matt and I are going to try to make it up to that game. Then they come home to face OWT, go back on the road against Terryville. They come home against Litchfield, against Chippewa, against Lewis Mills, and senior night. And then they're going to finish the season on the road at Housatonic. So 2 of their biggest games the rest of the way are on the road.
Well, Pete, the Chiefs really with a chance to, they're riding a 2-game winning streak right now. Really, if they can beat Wamogo tonight and play good and beat Gilbert, then with OWT and Terryville next, the Chiefs really have an opportunity, Pete, to put together a nice 6-game winning streak. And that'll really help their hopes of chasing down that Berkshire League title.
All right, we just got a note handed to us. I believe it's UConn women's, an update, not on TV. UConn up 81-34 with about 3 minutes to go in the game. Thank you to a fan here. As you know, Connecticut is a basketball state. Connecticut fans are fanatic about the Huskies, men's and women. Men not looking too good this year. Well, they're looking okay. I shouldn't say that. Just not as stellar as in the past. Women obviously undefeated, #1 in the country. Up 81-34 with 3 minutes to go. Not on TV, so we're bringing that to you on ETV Live. Just want to touch, I was here earlier this morning calling the wrestling at the at the gym this morning. And let's just tell you about the use of Neat TV. Thursday night, we had Thursday Night Live from 7 to 9 o'clock. Last night, Friday night, we had the girls broadcast here at the gym. We left the stuff up. This morning at 10 o'clock, boys wrestling on Neat TV. And now at 4:30, boys basketball. So in the past 76 hours, Neat TV has been quite hectic and quite active. Talk about that a little bit, Matt.
Well, I think that would be 72 hours.
72. Sorry, my math is off.
That's all right, Pete. And you know, Neat TV really, really coming into his own here. Thursday Night Live really taking off as a nice show. We'd like to get some more people in there, kind of spice it up. Wrestling team, you know, just all the events on Neat TV. They're going to try to get a lot of the baseball games this year on Neat TV, along with outdoor track and girls softball. So, looking forward to that.
Definitely, we want this program to keep on building. Matt and I really, many other students too, but we really want to take this bull by the horns and give it back to guys like Ben Levy, Kieran Valla to lead the way in the future. So we got about a minute left. Matt and I are going to take a break, go get something to drink. We'll be back. Halftime score. Nonnewaug up 25-20 here on Neat TV. Alrighty, back to action. Chiefs open up in a man-to-man as Matt and I were just grabbing our drinks. Blocked away by Kyle McEnany. Here's Jeremy Greco with the ball. On the floor for the Chiefs, McEnany, Hunt, Nolette, Martin, and Greco. For Wamogo, Margaitis, McNichol, Sage, Weiser, and Goodhouse. There's Margaitis with a three. Front rim, no good. Rebounded by McEnany, who throws it off McNichol.
Good job by
Heads
Kyle.
up play. A headsy play, or heads up play, whatever.
Well, Nonnewaug objective. Second half, stretch the lead, come out with a victory. Now every win, Nonnewaug, every win is key. Not only, good move by Scott there, he'll put that one in, but every victory is key here, not only just for their chase in the BL, but Nonnewaug has already qualified for the state tournament. Every win they get moves that ranking up just a little bit more and makes that first round game, you know, easier. It's going to be difficult as it is, but makes it easier.
Yeah, you and I both know it's critical to get a top seed in the tournament. Last year for Class M, we got the 5th seed for baseball. That really helped us out down the stretch. We played some teams that were tough, but you get a first-round bye, and I think that's the key.
Yep.
Right, we didn't even have to play a game in the first round, which was critical.
Oh, and if you're fortunate enough to win in the second round, boom, right there, you're playing in the quarterfinals. You know, a win there, and look at you got a chance to get in the finals, and so Nonnewaug looking to improve that seed in the tournament.
Yeah, no letdowns for the Chiefs the rest of the way. They can't lose to a team like Wamogo, who's under 500. And you know, teams like OWT, Terryville, Lewis Mills, Chippewa, they can't be losing to those teams. Basically, if we want to break it down, Matt, Gilbert, Litchfield, and Housatonic, 3 big games left for the Chiefs. 3 tough games.
Yeah, like I was saying, they're riding a 2-game win streak. They win here today, that'll push it to 3. They come out with a big win against Gilbert. They play OWT in Terryville in the next 2 games after that, so a possible 6-game winning streak. The Chiefs can go on, and you know, that's huge.
Leon Martin, nice idea, followed by Jeremy Greco. Nonnewaug up 10, 30-20.
Ooh, dribbled that out of bounds, and we saw it.
The offense started back up by Margaitis. Kicks it out to Goodhouse, who's got an open look at a 3. No good. Brought in by Mark McGarry.
Simon and Leon both fighting for the ball there.
Margaitis called for the traveling violation. Mogo in that man-to-man.
Man-to-man defense. Important here for Nonnewaug. Nonnewaug should be in a motion offense here. Setting some picks for each other, getting some guys open, backdoor cuts and stuff. A little bit of Princeton basketball would be nice. Here, Simon got open there and hit the jump shot.
Wamogo wants to talk it over with 4:33 to go here. Third quarter, Nonnewaug leading 32-20.
511602.
See the shot of the Chiefs there. 4:33 to go here in this timeout taken by Wamogo. Just a reminder, beat the Winter Blues and help support Grad Night 2000. Music, dancing, karaoke, name that tune, and a raffle. All sponsored by the NHS Booster Club to support Grad Night 2000, a great thing that our school does for seniors after graduation. And if you're wondering when this dance is, it's Saturday, February 5th. 8 p.m. till midnight at the Woodbury Old Town Hall. Tickets are $8, advance purchase, or $9 at the door. You can get your tickets at Video World, Video World in Woodbury, Town Apothecary in Bethlehem, or call Jan Scruggs, the number 263-4186. So that's something the Booster Club wants us to talk about, and I want to talk about Scott Nillette with another strong move to the hoop.
Well, Scott really coming into his own the last 2 games here.
Nice jumper by number 14, Lance Weiser.
Scott really a guy along with Russ who, oh, nice move. Scott, as I was just saying, along with Russ, really 2 guys who should be able to play at the next level after high school, and Nillette's showing why right there with a strong move and a left-hand finish. You don't see too much of that.
His shot was actually partially deflected or blocked, and he kind of willed it over the hoop. at the same time getting fouled.
Nice word, Will. Good word, Pete.
Word of the day, Matt.
Will.
3:35 to go, third quarter. Nonnewaug with that 35-22 lead.
Scott makes it a three-point play, so Scott and Alette, 5 unanswered points here after the timeout.
Foul on number 20, Sean Krasinski. The referees will reset the inbounds. Jeremy Margaitis with a nice job to break it, finding Ekbal. 36-24. And right there is an example of what can beat this 2-2-1. A great dribbling point guard who's quick.
Yep.
Can cut right through.
Well, Nonnewaug going to the set offense. Let's see if they can become 1 of 50 from this and get a basket. The answer will be yes.
Scott and Alette with second and third opportunities. Great job by Scott there.
Nice defensive play by Simon there. Mogo with a little 2-1 break. Simon needed to pick a side, picked the dribbler, committed to him, stuck the foot out, called for the kick, but forced Wamogo out of a good scoring opportunity.
Scott and Alette there with the block. Greco's gonna look to get Hunt, puts it on the floor, and in.
Good transition there from defense with the block by Nolette. Greco finding Hunt. That took about 3 seconds.
Nolette steps out on Goodhouse. Some strong defensive pressure. He just steals the ball right away from him. But then the Chiefs give it back. Here's Sage with Hunt on his back, puts it up and in. So Jeremy Greco's going to slow it down with 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Nonnewaug with that 40-26 lead. Brzezinski double teamed on the side. Hunt thought about the shot, now takes it to the hole, dishes it off to Scott. Nolette is going to drive in, off glass, no good, but gets the follow. And this third quarter is all about Scott Nolette on the offensive end and defensive end. Here's Jeremy Greco, up to Kyle McEnany, fouled.
Scott exhausted at half court. Me and Pete trying to get the line on Scott Nolette.
Scott with 13 points on the day, 5 boards, 6 points this quarter. He's played strong. Thanks to Matt Purcell and Ben Levy.
I think they meant 11 points and 5 boards just this quarter for Scott.
Excellent. Kyle will hit both free throws.
I mean, ask anybody, ask any fan, ask Coach Tim Drakely, ask any of the players, how much easier it becomes on the offensive end when Scott Nolette really gets a hot hand that takes a lot of pressure off Jeremy and a lot of pressure off Russell. And I'm sure those guys, along with everybody else, are really happy to see that Scott is establishing himself in the last 2 games here as a scoring threat. We all knew that he was, but now really showing it.
One minute remaining, third quarter. Chadfield, Martin, and Studsky checked in for the Chiefs after that last foul. Goodhouse with a move in the lane. Back come the Chiefs, Kyle McEnany. Kicks it out to Russ Studsky. 30 seconds to go. And here's an opportunity for the Chiefs to practice execution down the stretch, Matt. 20 seconds again. Let's see how they take care of business.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this here.
Find Studsky. puts on the floor, drives in, rims out, and Leon Martin's going to be called for the foul over the back. First time into the game, Pat Downs, number 35. .9 seconds to go third quarter. They're going to get it in the hands of Jerry Margaitis, who can push it up the court. He goes the length of the court, off glass, no good. Downs with the rebound and in. That was a nice job by Margaitis, and then Downs on the follow-up.
So a 14-point lead, Pete.
14-point lead for the Chiefs at the end of the third quarter, 44-30. And really the story of that third quarter was Scott Nollet, 11 points, 5 rebounds, getting second and third opportunities.
Yeah, I think the key here in the fourth quarter, Pete, is for Nonnewaug to keep taking the ball to the hoop. Do not try to go into a delay offense and run the clock off, because that only gives Wamogo a chance to get back in the game. And we don't want that at all. So Chiefs just come out, keep playing the same kind of basketball, good pressure on defense as they've been doing all game, and should lock up the fourth quarter pretty easily.
Alrighty, let's take a look at some of these statistics for the Wamogo Warriors. Greg Sage with 4 points, Jeremy Margaitis 7. 9 points by Lance Weiser. Thank you to Ben Levy for the statistics as the teams come back out onto the court here on ETV. Stutzky, Chatfield, Millette, Martin, and Krasinski. There's Russ Stutzky putting a move on. Nice save attempt by Millette.
Scott also needs to be commended on his outstanding defense throughout the whole year, and not just his 2 scoring outbreaks here in the last 2 games.
Oh, McNichol with the 3, but a nice feed, and Scott Nollet continues his hot hand. 46-33. Chiefs with the lead.
It's 2 in a row for that kid, isn't it?
Yeah, Matt McNichol coming off a screen, second 3 in a row. Leon Martin throws it wildly down the court.
Well, you do not want Leon throwing that pass right there. Especially up 11 points. Get the ball in the hands of a Russ Stutzky or Scott or Jerry who can break the press, the dribble.
Yeah, and Drakely puts that starting lineup back in the game as he sees Wamogo on the verge of a little run here, man.
Well, that's why, because they're sensing a little bit of urgency, Pete. 7 minutes to go, down 11 now. And Nonnewaug's just got to weather the storm. Don't want to let Wamogo back in the game.
There's Lance Weiser putting it up. Now the scoreboard is correct, 8-point lead for the Chiefs. There's Jeremy Greco. Wamogo in that man-to-man as they have been all night. Kyle McEnany is going to decide to shoot it, and he hits. Kyle McEnany with that last shot there.
Well, Nonnewaug holding on to a 10-point lead. Just over 6 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. And now it's an 8-point lead as Wamogo gets the easy lay-in.
Oh, nice feed by Russ Stutzky, getting it to Kyle McEnany with the bucket. 50-40 as the offense is picked up here.
Wamogo matching up for the man-to-man defense.
Matt was at the Steel Beach Gym earlier today, right, Matt? Working out with your brother?
Yeah, working out with my brother, Chris. Steel Beach Gym, Watertown. Nice little establishment they got there.
Feeling the effects of a hard workout, Matt, with the yawn late in the day here. I kind of like this afternoon game. Like we said before, it almost feels like a college atmosphere. Kids coming out of classes, 3 o'clock or whatever, head down to the gym, root on their team, and, you know, late afternoon contest.
Yeah, and really some time to do something after the game, you know?
Yep.
Not getting out at 8:30 at night. Get together with some friends, get a little something brewing.
I like that choice of words, Matt.
Brewing, no pun intended.
I want to say what's up to the WBC. WBC in the house. A lot of WBC members in the house tonight.
That be the Woodbury clan, Peter?
You can fill in the rest, Matty. As Russ Stutzky drives the lane, and now the Chiefs have that 14-point lead again. They have sustained the run from Wamogo. Now lead by 14. Down low to Weiser.
Something you don't want to do there is foul him. Gives them a chance to get some points in with no time running off the clock.
This will be Wamogo's first trip to the line here in the second half. With 4:35 to go, fourth quarter. Weiser hits 2. Nonnewaug's lead is 12.
Our ball. Not a good shot by Jared there. He got good penetration, but kind of got sealed off. Should have kicked it back out.
We just want to remind everybody, again, this is the Bethlehem show, I guess. The Bethlehem Park and Recreation Department is hosting a bus trip to the Meadowlands in New Jersey.
On Valentine's Day, right, Pete?
On Valentine's Day to watch the UConn men's basketball team face off against the Seton Hall Pirates. The bus will leave from Bethlehem Town Hall at 4 p.m. for the Meadowlands on February 14th, folks. The cost is $40. And once again, it's sponsored by the Bethlehem Park and Recreation Department. Please register by February 1st. If you'd like to go, the number is 266-5427. The P.O. Box is 673 in Bethlehem, Connecticut, 06751. So again, a state that is fanatical over the Huskies. There's a chance for people in the Region 14 community to go catch a UConn game on the road.
Watch the national champion UConn men's team.
Here's Russ Stutzky. Kept alive by Jeremy Greco. Kyle McEnany called for the foul. 3:16 to go, fourth quarter. Nonnewaug with that commanding 14-point lead. As it looks like the Chiefs are going to hold on to victory here. Push their record to 9-4, an impressive mark in the Berkshire League, Matt. It puts the pressure on some of the other teams.
Yep.
Like Litchfield,
Gilbert,
Northwestern, Thomaston. Those are the teams the Chiefs will be battling down the stretch. There's Jeremy Greco, open look. No good. Scott Nolette flying to the hoop, trying to get the rebound. But Russ Stutzky steps on the line out of bounds.
That's really all the Chiefs can do, Pete. Keep playing good basketball, win after win, keep putting the W's on the board, beat the teams that you need to beat. And then when you play somebody good like their game coming up against Gilbert, got to beat the good teams. Just keep putting that pressure on.
There's Margaitis. Off the mark, fouls his own shot. Rattles around and in. And Coach Greg Hunt wants to talk it over.
Well, not over yet. Just under 2.5 to play. Nonnewaug only down 10 points. And that's not a lot, Pete. That's 5 baskets. We've got to start to get a little sloppy. Wamogo can cut that to 4, 6 points, and they're right back in the game. So Wamogo really putting together a little run here. About 2.5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, I think that's why Coach Hunt called the timeout there. He sensed that his team was on the verge of making another run, a final push to try to get back even with the Nonnewaug Chiefs here on ETV's live coverage of Nonnewaug Varsity Boys Basketball. Alongside Matt Pilato, I'm Peter Ventresca. We'd like to thank all of the crew members helping out today's game. Niels Van Galen, James Chinese, Ryan Daly, Chris Batterson, Tyler Alzamora, Ben Levy, Matt Purcell, Mark Polanski, all the guys helping out. Jason Pratt, everybody here at the gym doing a great job.
Yeah, Jason Pratt, for those that you don't know at home, Nonnewaug Boys manager. And Jason doing a great job, really helps me out before the game, getting me the lineups. So thanks, Jay.
I believe Jason's on the titling machine, if I'm not mistaken. Down there in the corner, there's Trevor Chatfield, the rebound, kicks it back out to Scott Nolette as the Chiefs are going to reset their offense. There's Simon Hunt, the finger roll attempt, no good, as we have 2 minutes remaining here in the game. McNichol off the mark. He hit 2 earlier, Matt, with a nice stroke from 3-point range. Margaitis. He's going to draw the foul. Called on number 33, Jeremy Greco, with 1:48 to go. Chiefs up by 10, as you said earlier, Matt.
And you would have thought Jerry weighed about 300 pounds by the way that he hit the floor right there. So time winding down. Still a chance for Wamogo, but they gotta get going. Minute 48 to go. Chatfield forcing the turnover there. Ahead to Studsky, who bobbles it, but Greco will finish. And that could be the nail in the coffin, Pete, that we were looking for. Nonnewaug up 12 with just a minute and a half left to play. Wamogo will start to foul after a make.
Pat Downs off the mark. Rebound brought in by Sean Krasinski.
Got to pass the ball.
Blocking foul as number 14, Lance Weiser, goes down hard. If you take a look at Nonnewaug's bench, the trainer taking care of some of the players. As we're back to action here on the near side. Chatfield having some problems with it. Gets it away.
I wonder if there's grease on the floor, Pete. Everybody taking a spill. Margaitis with an open 3.
And he hits, and Coach Hunt wants to call a 20-second timeout to talk it over. 58-49.
So only 9-point lead here for the Chiefs. 2 or 3 baskets, Wamogo right in it. Time will be the biggest enemy here. Just under a minute to play.
Take a look at the cheerleaders there doing some round-offs. Going the length of the court. Doing a nice job here in the gym. Russ Stutzky double-teamed in the corner. He's going to get the turnover over to McNichol. Puts up a shot, rattles in, and good.
Well, Pete, something I don't understand, and I don't think I'm ever going to find the answer, but teams seem like they don't use the press until they really need it at the end of the game. And Wamogo looked like they had a pretty decent press. Oh man, Nonnewaug having a tough time breaking it. Now they put it on and they're only down 6 points. So, you know, I kind of wonder, why haven't we seen that all game long, you know?
Well, the answer to that question and many others can be found in my new book. No, I'm joking. No, the answer to that could very well be, you know, this team doesn't have that much endurance.
Yeah.
They'll get tired easily if they keep that feverish press up all game, and they just can't maintain it. You know, you might not have a lot of athletes on this Wamogo team. Nonnewaug utilizes the press, Matt, but you're right, they don't use it all game.
Yep.
We hear horror stories from the players, the coaching staff for the Chiefs working them into the ground during practice. So, you know, you don't know what goes into the thought process of a coach when utilizing the press, but you definitely know it's going to come at the end of a game when you're down.
Well, Wamogo down 6. It's a 2-possession game, Pete. And Nonnewaug can't forget that. Get the ball in the hands of somebody who can make good free throws for you. Preferably Russell, but he is not on the court right now for a reason that I really am not sure of. But Jeremy will shoot.
Wamogo's going to foul. Jeremy Greco is 8 seconds ran off the clock there.
Well, and they're still not in the 1-on-1, so Nonnewaug with a chance to run another couple seconds off. The only way to really do that is to pass the ball on the perimeter. Might be tough to get a pass, so you don't want to throw it away. So catch it, let him foul you, as Jeremy does right there.
Now Nonnewaug in that 1-and-1.
Well, it's going to come down to free throws, Pete. A miss here and a potential 3 or basket from Wamogo can make this a 1-possession game with the 3, so don't turn off the TV yet.
Simon Hunt's going to be called for that push-off, and then here's Wamogo with a chance with 15.1 seconds to go as they go to the line with a 1-and-1.
Well, it really relies on this possession, Pete. If they can get a basket, if they can get a 3-pointer here, it needs to be a 3 because they don't have enough time to go 2 more possessions. So if they get it a 3 here, or actually they're going to shoot free throws.
Yeah, 1-and-1, Matt.
So that kind of gets rid of that, but.
So what does he got to do here? Hit both?
Well.
Hit the first and miss the second?
Well. Yeah, I'd say you missed this one.
Purposely missed this?
Yeah, purposely missed this one because it's gonna. If he makes it, it's a 4-point lead, 15.1 seconds. Not likely. Well, he makes it. Not likely. You're gonna get 2 possessions here, but they're gonna try to foul quickly, like they do right there, and they only lose about a second off the clock. So 2-possession game still.
Matt, with about 2.5 minutes to go in this game, Nonnewaug's up by 14.
Yep.
And now they're up by 4. So between that time period, Wamogo has, you know, gained 10 points on the Chiefs, and that's, you know,
well,
it's an interesting note.
That free throw not really meaning too much. Still a 2-possession game. He makes this one, it'll be a 2-possession game. However, Wamogo will need 2 threes in 14 seconds to tie.
13.9 seconds. Nonnewaug 61, Wamogo 56. Here's Goodhouse down low. Eckvale got it to go. Nonnewaug's gonna get it in, and that's gonna do it, folks. Kyle McEnany at the end. Called for the travel, looking to dunk it during the game. Couldn't get it in. But it looks like Nonnewaug's gonna get a victory here. As the buzzer goes, that does it. 62-58, Nonnewaug holding on to that 4-point lead. And you gotta like the effort of Kyle McEnany trying to get a dunk at the buzzer, Matt.
Yep. Just lost the hand on the way up. Definitely high enough. He grabbed the rim with one hand. Just lost the handle. Would have been called for traveling anyway, but it would have been exciting to see the dunk. So Nonnewaug wins it 62-58, Pete. Nice win for the Chiefs here at home. A little bit closer than they would have liked, but they played good down the stretch.
Definitely. The free throws for the game, Nonnewaug 4 for 6, Wamogo 6 for 8. So pretty good free throw shooting down the stretch there.
Wamogo stats.
As we got the Wamogo stats, the final statistics thanks to Ben Levy. Greg Sage with 4 points. Jeremy Margaitis with 10 points. Brendan Goodhouse also 7 points. Leading the way for the Warriors, Lance Weiser really put in a good game, a good effort tonight with 18 points. Matt McNichol, 8 points with 2 3-pointers there. Pat Downs with 2. Jeff Keith with 2. And Eckvale with 4. As Lance Weiser contributing with 5 free throws there. So Matt,
five free throws as part of his 18. For the Chiefs, leading the way was Jeremy Greco with 17 points. Scott Nillette pitching in 15, and Russ with 8. Kyle with 10, a nice 10 for Kyle, and Simon Hunt with 8 points. So Nonnewaug really getting some balanced scoring there, 17, 15, 10, 8, 8 from their 5 starters, and that leads them to a victory.
Definitely. Alrighty, once again, we want to remind you, Nonnewaug's next game is this Tuesday up at Gilbert. The next home game is going to be Friday the 4th against OWT. We'll have that game here live for you. Check Tuesday night for the girls' game here against Gilbert. Ben and Kieran will bring it to you. So basically, the Chiefs improved to 9-4, and the Warriors fall to 5-8, and their season looking very dismal the rest of the way. But on the other side of the ball, Chiefs look to have it in good shape.
Yeah, Nonnewaug really needed this win today. Now they're going to go play Gilbert the next game, Pete, and that's a huge game right there. With a win there, it can really open some doors for them. A loss there kind of knocks them a little bit out of that contention for the BL title, but Nonnewaug's going to look to win as many games as they can to improve that rank in the state tournament.
Right, for all the fans out there watching, flip through the Waterbury Republican or any local paper. You want to check the scores of Housatonic, Gilbert, Litchfield, Thomason, and Northwestern. Those are the teams that your Nonnewaug Chiefs will be battling in the Berkshire League the rest of the way. So with the final score, Nonnewaug 62, Wamogo 58. We'd like to thank everybody who helped out tonight, actually today, on a great broadcast. January 29th, 2000 will come to you live Tuesday night with the girls basketball. So for Matt Parlato, I'm Peter Ventresca. Thank you for watching NETV's live coverage of Nonnewaug Varsity Boys Basketball. Chiefs win it 62-58. Thank you.